Hey all, here at OS Reviews. About a year and a half ago, we checked out a pretty cool travel accessory from Zendure, the same company that makes a lot of rugged power banks, and it was called the Passport. It's a really neat converter that you can use to plug in any style prong, and then regardless of the country that you're in, you're able to still plug things in and have it charge. And now the company is back with an updated version. Well, actually, it's the third generation. We didn't see the last one, but this is now the Passport 3.0. This time around, it comes in a few more interesting colors. This is the blue variant. In fact, the sides are translucent, so if you're into this really neat or geeky DIY transparent style tech, I think you'll like this a lot. We have this really interesting looking dazzling Passport 3 logo, and then still that gradient colored keys for the different prongs and adapters that you can slide out on the back, very similar to the previous generation model. And then on the front, it continues with that colorful gradient effect, getting darker to blue and then lighter on the very top. So just a little bit more of attention to detail when it comes to the circuitry. It looks just really interesting, I have to say. What is new this time around though is instead of the 4 Type A full-size ports, this one now comes with USB Type-C ports instead. So 3 at the bottom, the 4th one here on the edge, and we also have 1 standard full-size Type A port remaining. And now that reason is also because Type-C ports are able to supply and charge things at higher wattages. In fact, this one here can provide up to 61 watts for charging, which is much more than the previous generation model had only 5 volt 2 amps from these, so they could only charge your phones pretty much. Now if you're using that Type-C port, you can also use this to charge a MacBook and computer, and it can work as a computer charger in addition to a phone charger. Still has the auto resetting fuse, so if anything is kind of going over, it's not going to break the charger. In fact, if it overheats, it just shuts off and then it will recover once the temperature drops down lower. So it's safe to use also with appliances. And last but not least, comes in 3 colors. So we have that blue gradient, but there's also this pretty dazzling violet and a more sleek black version as well. Now, maybe they could have stuck with 1 extra full-size Type A port, since some folks might be still used to those slightly older cables, but it is what it is. Part of the reason, I guess, is because this model, again, is more compact than that previous gen edition, just ever so slightly, but takes up a little bit less space if you are putting it in your backpack, for example, and when you're on the go. We have a little bit of branding logo here on the back. It's a little hard to make out, but it just reinforces, again, the wattages for the different connector ports. And what we are able to see, though, is that the kind of 3 USB Type-C ports at the bottom are still really designed for charging up a normal smartphone or tablet, including iPads. And it's really only this one here that has a orange accent is the most powerful output. The whole translucent look does mean they have to be a little more organized and tidy. It does seem to be in fashion these days, as the other day we just saw a power bank, the Telgic Block 03, also have a translucent window. We're going to plug in a device here using the USB port, and you can see that the charging here just starts. And we can also charge up our laptop as well, no real issues, just plug it in. And we see that LED light there flash on, so no problems there. Most laptops will charge up in under 2 hours, so pretty much the fastest rate that you can get. And same thing goes with phones. If you're using that port about an hour, hour and a half, depending on your device, it will get topped up. It is a smart charger in the sense that once it reaches 100%, it will stop charging your device. And when you are in the complete darkness, there is a small LED light on the very bottom here that can glow a little bit blue. But this is one area where maybe they can add a stronger light in the future, especially with the translucent design. I think it would be pretty cool if the entire thing would glow or light up in the dark. That's more or less it for now. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. It's been just a quick look at the Zendure Passport 3.